Hello everyone and welcome to our Veganuary motivation series of videos. This is for you guys to help you on your Veganuary journey, and you're doing great. We're almost coming to the end of our first week in Veganuary, so keep going guys, you're doing really well. And I'm so glad that you're still here with me for this journey. Today we're going to be looking at, is it vegan, label checking. So you are going to become an absolute expert at looking at labels, and one of the things that really shocked me when I first went vegan was finding out what actually is in your food. Because I think before, you quite easily just go pick up stuff from the supermarket, put it in your trolley, not really think too much about what's in it. When you start reading the labels, it can be quite eye-opening to find out exactly what they put in food. And particularly some of the maybe less common vegan things, like look up the E120 E numbers. There's a couple of other E numbers that are very strange and very bizarre things that you just would not even think would be put into food, let alone anything. Actually, some of the stuff, it really is quite disgusting, not just from a dead animal perspective, but just from a general I would not want to eat that ever perspective. So label checking you will become really good at. And again, this is one of those things that if you get it wrong, and you will get it wrong, there's been plenty of times, even within the last year, I have picked up products and just not expected it to not be vegan, and then suddenly found out, oh my goodness, that actually. And I've made a few mistakes throughout my 5 years of being vegan. And it's absolutely fine if that happens. Even the best vegans succumb to some label errors every now and again. So of course, we're lucky if a product is labelled as vegan. That's like a big, nice and easy, don't need to worry about it. But unfortunately, not all products are labelled as vegan. So we have to kind of become quite good. And the best thing, you flip up your packaging, look on the back, and first of all, the two things to look out for are, of course, milk and egg, and they'll always be in bold. So that's really useful because they'll be glaring right back up you. You can pretty much see within a couple of seconds, egg, milk, oh, no, don't want that. That's not suitable. And there'll be times when you maybe aren't even expecting a product to have milk in. Milk is particularly one. Egg, sometimes they put it in weird things, but milk is definitely one of those where you will be like, what? Why have they put milk in that? Really bizarre. So yeah, bread, things like breads. I mean, I didn't realize they put milk in like quite a few bread products, not all bread products, so you will find some that are fine, but things like flatbreads sometimes are one of my favorite products. So I was quite shocked that wasn't vegan. And just really random things every now and again. I think guacamole, that was one of the ones that I just thought that was mashed up avocado. I didn't realize they'd be putting milk in it, but it turns out sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. And that can catch you out, especially if you've been sort of having one product, you've been getting it and you've been having it fine, and then suddenly you switch to maybe a different brand and you're suddenly like, oh, hang on a sec. And it can even be things like bourbon biscuits, for example. A majority of them are fine and don't say they have milk in. And every now and again you'll find one that does have milk. So even now, I'm fairly confident about things that are and aren't vegan. I still always check if it's a new brand and a new product, because it's just I've been caught out too many times where I've managed to get the wrong things. So you've got, those are the two main ones to look out for, and the two easiest ones to spot. So they're always the first things that I look out for. And then we're looking at things like honey. That can often be hidden in things like cereal bars. That's definitely caught me out in the past. Even things like nut mixes, occasionally, bizarrely enough, I've found honey in those things. You need to watch out for cereals. Honey's often in cereals. You need to watch out for, just general things like that. That maybe some sweet products, some biscuits, things like that. Sometimes there may be honey. So that's another one to look for. That one's not in bold though, so a bit more difficult to find out. There's a number of E number. There's a few E numbers as well. So E120, it's a red colouring. So if something's coloured red and not naturally red, that's one to look out for. Things like candy canes, just had Christmas, so that's one that can catch you out. And there's other products that are dyed in red. Look up what E120 is. You might be shocked. And yeah, obviously anything like meat flavourings, it's quite rare to get meat flavourings, like even with things like crisps that are maybe beef flavoured, it's quite rare, but occasionally they may actually have actual beef if it's instead of beef flavouring, it might be like natural beef flavourings, but it's quite rare. You don't often find them. A lot of the time, bizarrely enough, things like beef and chicken crisps are actually not natural flavourings, and they're actually fine to eat. The biggest one with crisps is milk. You'll probably find there'll be milk in some crisps, but again, not all of them. So again, just check those out. Again, if you've got something that says suitable for vegetarian, then you're kind of, you know that you're halfway there. Then you're only going to be needing to check out for the milk and the egg and the honey. And they are the main ones. There's a couple of other things that might catch you out. Things like cereals. So they sometimes have vitamin D, which is made from sheep's wool. So that one can sometimes catch you out. The oil from sheep's wool, that can sometimes catch you out. So that's another one to check out for in cereal. So sometimes if you're looking at a packet of cereal and it looks fine, you can't, there's no milk, and it's saying maybe suitable for vegetarian, you're like, I wonder why. It can sometimes be that it's got that vitamin D is the one that catches you out. So yeah, they're the main ones. So happy label checking. It's a really fun experience to go. I think when I first started in the supermarket, I would spend ages reading everything. But eventually your time will speed up. You'll become familiar with what is and what isn't. And you'll be able to spot those things like a hawk. And you'll be able to see those. And yeah, so good luck with your label checking. If you've got any questions, if you're not sure about a product, then feel free to post it in our community group. Links are all below. And we will keep you posted. Have a great Veganuary. See you all tomorrow.